So, what happened after the book? You got the book out. How was it received? How has it been received so far?
It's been well received.
I'm particularly interested in how it has been received in the U.S. particularly.
I haven't reached that market profoundly, but my younger brothers and one or two friends who work in the U.S., I gave the books to them and they gave it to their friends. And also when I did travel, I talked with some of their white friends and they were absolutely enthused by the book. They were at least a worldwide icon.
Did Ali finally get a finished copy?
No, not yet, but I will get it to him. I'll get it to him.
He has to get one.
Yeah, I agree. He's read the manuscript, everything then. He autographed it, a great book about an American boxer, which I found quite curious because I said, initially, Ali being the great showman, he said, okay, let's do pictures for the book, which we did quite a lot, which you'll see. He was always conscious about marketing anyway. Let's do pictures, there is a great book and all that. And then in his autograph, a great book about an American boxer. I did not understand it. Frankly, I did not feel it was adequate. About an American boxer, a great book about an American boxer. But, well, that's what he wrote and that's it. And that's what we have put under his own comments.
And in that other big book, big book. I mean, this is like this sports spectacular, and you were very famous for that program back then.
Yes, that's true. Well, I don't know about famous. I know we had some.
You were famous for that. Now, so what you did in this book was to compile all your writings.
Yeah, but it's a lot more than that.
Okay.
A lot more than just my writings. We created different sections. Aficionados Pugilistica, which is the champions of marble. You read that section, I think it's the last chapter, you will laugh. In fact, somebody said that is the book for him. That is where he reads. In fact, somebody said, another person said I should have produced 5 different books so that everybody will take what he wants.
Yes.
Instead of a compendium of 1,224 pages or something. Then my favorite part of the book is the photographic section. It's a large section where I told stories about the greatest champions in history. Whether it's Ali, whether it's Jack Johnson, whether it's Jesse Owens, whether it's Oscar de la Hoya, whether it's Nduka Odizo, whether it's Organ Bassi, Dick Tiger, just name it, Akarash, Jimmy Connors. In short, Haile Gabriel Selassie, Midros Gifta, Sebastian Coe, Steve Ovett, even up to Usain Bolt, what I call the greatest champions for me. Don Bradman in cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, who is my favorite cricketer, Vivian Richards, the original Master Blaster. We've used the photographic section to write about them. They are written about in the book, but if for instance, you'll be amazed to know that the great Zik was such a great sportsman, umpire, referee, whatever. He was a tennis player, he was a marathoner, he was a footballer, he was a football referee, he was a boxing referee. Oh yes, he was a lot of things which we wouldn't even know. Even his tango with the Empire Games and how he changed his name and all that. It was pleasant for me to discover it. And in fact, the involvement of Lord Lugard in sports is there, in Nigerian sports. And then the advent of soccer both as a game and also the advent of soccer in Nigeria. It was pleasant, it was quite interesting for me to find those facts. They are all in the book, well apart from my columns and then the comments from some of the great icons people have always admired and looked up to, Dele Adetiba, B.C. Lawrence, Dan Agbese, Ayo Shitelu, my friend Michel Obi, Yinka Craig, Alaja Dejumo, Sheikh Odegbami. There are quite a lot of them, Fabio Lanipekon. It's their inputs into the book I have reproduced as far as I could. Sani Danusa, who was former sports minister and chairman of the National Sports Commission. Those inputs are there. And then, of course, there are the other pure facts, like the history of the Nations Cup, of the World Cup, the table showing who won what, who didn't win what.
Sounds like quite a very interesting.
Yes, we try to put everything together. Yes, I mean, a lot of my friends said this should have been 5 books, but I said, look, do it once and for all while you still have the enthusiasm and the energy.
I'm curious. What's your own reading interests? How do you read? What do you read?
Oh, the only things I read are autobiographies. I don't. Funny enough, I hardly read fiction. I mean, I read fiction in the days of Things Fall Apart, which was my school side book. But I read fictions or factions. I just read my great old boys, the Penkermessias, which is faction. It's a combination of fiction and faction. His life both at school and the 60s, Ibadan and all that. And I couldn't put the book down. From start, in fact, I've read it twice. Just like, okay, if you read Achebe, Things Fall Apart, incredible. As I said, it was my literature book, or Aunties of the Savannah. But mostly what does interest me are autobiographies.
Why autobiographies? And which of, I'm sure you've read a lot.
Yes, quite a lot.
Which one stands out for you?
Which one stands out a lot for me? Maybe Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. Maybe Colin Powell's My American Journey. I think there have been a few. There was one about Marshal Zhukov, the great Russian general, who was the architect, as they say, of defeating the Germans during the Second World War, when Germany invaded the Soviet Union. A very fascinating read. The one about Rommel, the Desert Fox. I don't know whether that was a biography or autobiography, I don't remember. Sometimes they are closely related, but as you can imagine, quite a lot about sports.
It's been a pleasure being with you. I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, to read something for us from here.
Oh, okay.
This big book.
I wonder what I would... okay, let me go to the great Government College Ibadan. I hope you will not mind. When I got to Government College Ibadan for the interview to the school, the difference between this elite school and Oduduwa College became clear. The entire school assembly of St. Stephen's School applauded me, the St. Stephen's School, Modakeke, applauded me when I passed the interview to Government College Ibadan. In retrospect, the day my uncle, who was acting principal of Oduduwa College, told me that I had passed the interview to Government College Ibadan may have been one of the happiest days of my life. On that fateful day, my uncle told me to request for any present that I wished. I thank him. May his soul rest in peace. It was indeed a privilege to have attended this astonishing institution. Up GCI, up 1962 set. I was just talking about my set of Government College Ibadan.
Thank you for joining us on the Channels Book Club, sir. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you very much. It's a fantastic job you guys do here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A lot of book events take place across Nigeria virtually every day. At the Channels Book Club, we try to keep our eyes on a few of them so as to let you know what's happening. Last week, Chidi Amuta, a veteran and much respected journalist, hosted an intellectually engaging book signature event to unveil his new book titled Righting the Wrong. Amuta, the famous author of Prince of the Niger, has spent more than 20 years in public communication and journalism. During this period, he held senior editorial positions as foundation member, editorial board, The Guardian, chairman, editorial board, and editorial advisor, The Daily Times Group, and until 1999, chief executive of The Post Express. Amuta's new book is a 1,067-page compendium of his newspaper columns, written and published over the last 3 decades in various newspapers and magazines in Nigeria and around the world. The occasion featured a public lecture on the topic, The Bipartisan Imperative, Leading from the Future, which was delivered by Nigeria's High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Ojo Madueke. The book was reviewed at the event by the chairman, This Day editorial board, renowned columnist and former special advisor to President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Mr. Olusegun Adeniyi. The chief executive of the Lagos State Securities Trust Fund, Foray Foray, recently released a new book titled Lagos, A Bird's Eye View of Africa's Largest Metropolis. The book, a compilation of breathtaking photos of Lagos from the air, is definitely a collector's item for not just lovers of photography, but those who want to hold on to the memories of the city they call the center of excellence. Because who knows, with the transformation of Lagos into a mega city, what you see now may just be replaced by development in the near future. We'll be right back after this break. That's all we have for today. Don't forget you can always join us on any of our social media platforms displayed on your screen. My name is Olakunle Kasumo. Remember, one great book can change your life. Bye-bye.